Hey, there we go. Cool. Welcome to sunny Yakima, where the weather is crappy. A lot of fog, some clouds, some cool stuff like that. Friend's actually going to be flying in, so we're just going to do a really quick out and back and run a practice approach. I think we're going to try the RNAV 27. Anyways, so we're just going to start it up really quick. I've already done a little tiny bit of a briefing, but we'll actually get ForeFlight followed up. That'll help us out. Let's get the battery on here. Get in our left fuel tank. Running kind of low, but that's fine. Certainly for what we're doing, that's good. So, fuel pump. Peaks. And we've got our voltage here on the left hand side. Just going to be monitoring that because I've been having some comms issues that I think are related. We'll see. Anyways, 1/8 of an inch, clear prop and all that jazz. No worky. All right. Try that again. Everything goes in. You go off. You're on the left hand. And wait for it to peak. We're flooded. Okay. Mixture goes full lean. Throttle goes full up. We go. Start. There we go. Ooh. It's a lot harder to do without a throttle. That was a little crazy. Okay, let's go ahead and let everything settle down here. Let's not completely hose our engines before we leave. I didn't get my beacon on. Oh well. We're gonna keep our pitot heat on because it's a little bit chilly and it's wet. Okay, that's on. That's on. That comes on. I mean, that didn't need to come on yet. Okay, 1200. That goes. Actually, that can go off for now. Alright. Okay, so. Give ourselves a little audio boost here. Cool, that sounds pretty good to me. Maybe a little tweak there. Always room to do more tweaks. So, let's really quickly get ourselves set up here. So I filed a flight plan out to a couple different fixes that are on the RNAV for 27. So we're going to have to figure out, I don't really know how to file a flight plan if I'm just doing practice approaches. So I give it my best shot, and we'll see if I get corrected, or how I get corrected. Anyways. I had us going to the SUNED, or the SUND fix, and then the mark fix, and then from there beginning our approach. Anyways, but we need to get clearance right away here. And clearance is 121.9. Let's see, I've got my comm radios mixed up here, so we'll just do this over here. So 121.9. And actually, my friend just got his approach, and it is the ILS 27. Excellent. Okay, battery is fully volted. So this should work out just fine. He's not going to make minimums on the approach, which is fun. That's why we're doing the RNAV. So I think he's only LS. So let's go ahead and give him a call. Just double checking that we are indeed connected. And our audio is all configured because we just booted up here. Alright. Yakima clearance, Bonanza 401 Tango Sierra.
Bonanza 401 Tango Sierra, Yakima clearance.
Yakima clearance 401 Tango Sierra. We filed a flight plan. We'd like to do a practice RNAV approach here at Yakima, so we just filed a flight plan out to one of the fixes, and we'd like to be inbound on that approach too.
November 1 Tango Sierra, clearance on request.
Thanks. So we shall see how good I did. I gotta figure out how to turn off that sound. I'm sure it's not particularly hard. But it'd be kind of nice so every time I use my KVM it doesn't doop-de-doop, de-doop-de-doop. And actually while we're here, I'm gonna go ahead and configure GoFlight correctly. So that's fine. So I think COM 1 is now nav 2. Yep. COM 2 is now actually correct. Nav 1. Oh, everything's set the same, sort of. 10860 is nav 2. Okay, so nav 1 is nav 2. God, this is confusing, which means this fourth one should be nav 1. Yes, okay, I did it. That was a little confusing.
November 401 Tango Sierra, we have incomplete data for the Yakima area. So we have a couple options here. You can either stay at 7,000, fly the Yakima 7 departure to Titan on Victor 4, and then go back to Sund, or fly the Venus departure and get a vector after you're reaching 9,000. It's up to you though.
Okay, we'll take the Yakima 7 at 7,000 Victor 204.
Right, November 401 Tango Sierra. On request will just be another minute.
No problem, thanks. Learning things is fun. Alright, hopefully we'll get out of here before he gets in, and we'll get our timing all really nice. I think he's got like maybe 15, 20 minutes here. He's on his way down. And I think we might jump in the Epic. Maybe. Do a quick thing to Montana with him. I don't know, we'll see.
November 401 Tango Sierra is cleared to the Yakima Airport. The Yakima 7 departure. Titan. Victor 4 to Sund, then direct. Maintain 7,000. Squawk 2276.
Alright, clear back into Yakima, Yakima 7, Titan, Victor 4, Sund, direct, maintain 7,000, 2276-401, Tango Sierra.
November 1 Tango Sierra, read back correct.
Thanks for your help. Okay. 2, 2, 7, 6. That goes up. 2276. Yep. 7,000 is going to be our altitude. Okay, and let me get this programmed in here. So we're going to be on the Yakima 7 departure. To Titan. And then from Titan, we're going to be Victor 4. Oop. to Sund. I got that wrong. S-U-N-E-D. There we go. Nope. S-S-U-N-E-D. There we go. And then from there back to Yakima. Okay. So we are good to contact ground, although I need to look at the departure plate. And like actually brief that. It's a really simple departure. So, climbing right-hand turn. Let's see. Oh, he's already got his gear down. Jeez. Okay. So, climbing right turn, Yakima. Then intercept radial 284, outbound to Titan, and hold. Okay. I can do this. Okay, I'm all set here. Let's go ahead and grab ground here. 121.9. Yakima ground 401 Tango Sierra with the weather ready for taxi at the air center.
Remember 401 Tango Sierra, runway 27.
27 V Alpha 401 Tango Sierra.
It's runway 22.
I think I stepped on you there. I believe that was runway 27 via Alpha, and is that hold short 22?
Cross runway 22.
Okay, cross 22 via Alpha to 27 401 Tango Sierra, thanks. We need to get out to Alpha here. I'm going the wrong way. Let's fix that right quick. And I think that's Cat coming in. 3325. Oh, somehow I got my comm stuff wrong again. Darn it. There he is. I didn't really see that too well. Oh well. Man, we're really taxing like a mother. Gonna not run into him here. Actually, that might be someone else. Or my stream might be just really delayed. Let's go ahead and get his way.
November 401 Tango Sierra, hold position.
Yep, we're giving way to the version. See what he's doing here.
Ground Redwood 717, Alpha 2 for the terminal.
Redwood 717, Yakima ground, taxi parking via Alpha.
Parking Alpha, Redwood 717.
There's someone coming in behind him, I think.
Remember 401 Tango Sierra after the Airbus passes in front, continue taxi.
Continue taxi after the Airbus comes in, 401 Tango Sierra. That was a short arrival. Or that was a short landing roll. This is runway 22.
Approaching runway 0422.
And
Entering runway 22. 2,900 feet remaining. Approaching runway 22.
alright, I'm not sure where that is. Alright, here we go. Ooh, puppy is barking.
Approaching runway 27.
Okay. Over to tower. Over to tower. There we go. Yakima Tower, Bonanza 1 Tango Sierra, holding short 27.
Say again.
Yakima Tower, Bonanza 401 Tango Sierra, holding short 27.
Actually, that did not help. Did someone call short at 27 at Yakima?
Yep, that's Bonanza 401 Tango Sierra.
Or 401 Tango Sierra. Yakima Tower, roger. I expect a 6-minute departure delay.
1 Tango Sierra.
Delta 2806 at Donnie, contact Yakima Tower, 133.25.
Bummer. Not gonna get out of here. Keep the strobe on landing light.
Yakima Tower, Boeing 360 Bravo Golf, ILS 27.
Number 360 Bravo Golf, Yakima Tower, runway 27, clear land.
Clear land 270 Bravo Golf.
Number 352, Quebec, number Seattle Center.
Well, while we're here, I'm just gonna program some stuff in. That's not where we are. Let's fix
Number
that.
2, Quebec, November, radar contact 8 miles west of the Arcata VOR. Number 2, Quebec, November, Crescent City, altimeter 3012. American 6960 to check in. Roger. Alaska 583, flying 130, intercept running 10 right, localizer.
And Titan. And then Victor 4. Yeah, it's pretty much just like a direct reverse down to Sund. Man, totally could have gotten out of there too. Had to wait for that plane to get out of my way. And then from there we're going to
6432,
start.
cross runway 30 right at Juliet, ground on the other side.
Oh, there's another guy behind him too. Hopefully hopefully we're not waiting on him. Because then this little out and back becomes much less worth it. Oh well. After this we're going to jet out to Montana and do some VFR work. Weather
Alaska
permitting.
583, the vector is going to take you inside the final approach gate.
Okay, I'm expecting a no delay.
Alaska 583, 3 miles from Powell's. Flighting 130, maintain 2000 until established on the localizer, clear house runway 10 right approach.
How about them HD CSLs though? And then it magnets in the ground. And then the fog. Okay. Please, please, please.
Alaska 583, were you on the descent before that, or?
I don't think this is gonna happen. Just do all the things that we should have done earlier.
Next time when I tell you to intercept the localizer, that's just expecting you to join the localizer path, not descend via the glide slope. Boeing 0 Bravo Golf, turn right at Alpha 3, then contact ground.
Alpha 3, then ground, 0 Bravo Golf. Good night.
Delta 2806, Yakima Tower, running 27, clear land.
27 clear to land.
Yeah,
Delta
he's got
2806.
clearance. We're not gonna get out of here. Mr. Opportunity.
Bracket 6960, go with your question.
Alright, well, while we're sitting here, let's go ahead and futz with the go flight stuff again.
Roger, just compare your charts with your routes and make sure the restrictions match and everything.
Okay. So my nav 2 looks good. My nav 1 looks fine, but for some reason my com 2 is showing nav 2. So one of the nav 2s should be a com 1, not that one. That would be this one. Hey, look at that, we fixed everything. Isn't that great? Yeah, we had plenty of time to get out of here, but it's understandable. With PilotEdge, the way that it's staffed, it's really not able to do high-density operations super well. Unless the controller's basically like trying to do it, I guess, because they've got to give their attention to other planes. It's a bummer, though.
We're taking back November, advise me on the weather and NOTAMs and the center cost.
Oh, howdy.
Alaska,
You definitely
583.
definitely hit a follow button at some
Contact
point, Nick, because
Tower 1.
sadly, because it always feels like there's something
2,
really
3.
crazy shady that
Actually,
Facebook's
disregard.
doing, but
Contact Tower
the shady stuff that they do
118.7.
is a lot more subversive, or subtle, rather. So you definitely followed them at some point. You might have done it through the
Roger.
POS system, but you definitely clicked a button. Oh, this is taking forever.
Well, one thing is here, I expect your departure after this Airbus lands.
1 second, Roger. Oh, man. Alright, well, we'll watch this guy come in and we'll get
Alaska
the hell out
583
of here.
Portland Tower, you up? Alaska 583 Portland Tower, 10 right, clear to land.
Ooh, a little shaky there. A little shaky at the end. And magnet to the ground. Okay, here we go.
We're taking back November. Proceed right 2X.
Everyone's paranoid about Facebook, Nick. It's crazy. Like, I actually like even got into it. Like, the latest round was like voice recognition stuff. Like, Facebook was targeting ads based on voice collection stuff. And I totally bought it for like a minute, and then I thought about it, and it's like, sure, they could do that, but there's a million. It's not going to raise your thing. Like, there's so many easier ways to track you. And voice recognition takes so much computational power and data. Like, there's no way that they're doing that on a wide scale. The reason that like voice recognition stuff works in consumer products is because of like activation words and stuff.
Turn left at Bravo 5, then counter ground.
And so like it would be so easy to track and figure out if Facebook was doing something similar, and it's pretty clear they're not.
554, say Mach number.
But it's a very fun little conspiracy theory, and it feels very plausible.
Venture Flight 250, maintain Mach 0.75 or less for the space.
Just gonna taxi back and tell him that we timed out. be a real jerk about the whole thing. Why did my beacon go off? The hell is going on? I do not know.
JetBlue 554, maintain Mach 0.80.
Alright, this is all good. We'll do this rigmarole and then we'll get back for an approach. Do a full stop. We'll pause for a second. We'll jump to Montana, I think. We'll do a little scenic stuff.
Or ticket back from November, so I maintain 4,000.
At this point, I just feel like I'm being punished. You know, after I saw the second
Ticket
plane, I
back
probably
November,
should
cross back center
turn the engine
above
off.
4,000,
in
cleared
protest.
RNAV. Runway 12 approach Crescent City.
I can futz with this for a little bit.
Number ticket back number, did you request the ILS or the RNAV? Number ticket back number, Quebec out above 4,000, cleared RNAV, runway 12 approach Crescent City. JetBlue 554, verify
So I
your,
expect
oh,
like,
actually I see what you mean there. Climb and maintain flight level 380. JetBlue 554, contact Salt Center,
So big sweeping
1,
left-hand
2,
turn
1.15.
74. Right about
JetBlue
there.
554, affirmative. Departure flight 250, contact Salt Center 121.15. Bracket 6960, connect Seattle Center 134.9.
Oh, come on. Okay. I almost got very upset there.
Bracket 6960, Salt Lake Center, or correction, Seattle
Gonna
Center.
stop
JetBlue
looking around.
554, Salt Lake Center, Ryder.
Man, this is the most boring stream ever, everybody. I feel really bad.
November 401 Tango Sierra, thanks for the patience. Running 27, clear for takeoff.
27 clear for takeoff, 401 Tango Sierra. I should have yawned. Thought about it. Gotta be nice to our controllers, though. They do so much for us. Alright, nobody here, nobody there. Not anymore. Landing light comes on, and everything else
Departure flight
is
250,
all
Salt Lake
set.
Center, Ryder.
I'm gonna do yield rolling start.
Take it back November report,
Yeah,
cancellation of
let's go ahead
IFR,
and
this
set
frequency,
takeoff
change advisor
power.
frequency approved.
Airspeed's alive. Oh, the lack of visibility is fun. And I definitely lied. I meant sweeping right-hand turn, not left-hand turn. The gusty winds are pretty fun, though. Really enjoying that. Oh, the visibility is all fine and dandy up here. Wow, we're getting tossed around. This is fun. This is always entertaining. The way X-Enviro does the the Gus. Oh my god! I just used like full deflection on the ailerons there. My
1 Tango
goodness.
Sierra, contact Chinook departure.
Over to departure 401 Tango Sierra. 123.8. Ah. Yakima departure, Bonanza 401 Tango Sierra, 3.1 for 7,000.
Bird 401 Tango Sierra, Chinook departure, roger, radar contact. That has 10 intentions. You want to fire your whole routing and then for the practice approach, or do you mind? Yeah, radar back there.
If we can maybe go direct Sund and then pick it up from Mark, that would be great. Wow.
Tango Sierra under pass.
Jesus. Really getting tossed around here. This is insanity. This is so unrealistic it hurts. Anyways, I'm just gonna keep climbing. Oh man, it's so fun getting tossed around like this. I have to say I really enjoy it. Whoa, full aileron deflection to the left right now. I gotta get a little webcam just so that everyone can see the joystick motions here. Okay, so now we're gonna go to Titan here. Oh, I think that's supposed to be a, yeah, climbing right-hand turn to intercept 284. Full left deflection right now. Oh, full left again. Oh, wow, full left again. And we're descending like crazy. Oh my god. This is absolutely nuts. It's very fun, at the same time it's very terrifying. I would really like not to fall out of the sky here. So let's see, we're gonna go direct Titan and get us into GPS mode. And we're gonna engage, and we're gonna arm, and we're gonna nav. I think we're out of the worst of the turbulence there. And at this point, we're gonna fly our full route, I think. You can tell just by the shadows here how much we're moving. It's crazy. I don't know if yeah, if I enable this, you're not actually gonna see the yoke move with the autopilot there. But you can just tell by the trim motion here how much it's trying to do. Certainly not meant to do that. I mean, that's just pitch too. I mean, think about all the correction it's doing with roll. It's really having a hard time up here. And so was I. Just nasty.
Number 1 Tango Sierra, turn right for direct Sunned.
Alright, direct Sunned for 401 Tango Sierra. You're gonna give me a right-hand turn? You're not gonna give me a right-hand turn, so I'm gonna make you give me a right-hand turn. Okay, we're at 7,000, so we're gonna go slow down a little bit here. Just gonna go ahead and bring down the prop just a little bit. And we're probably trending a little bit loud with the outside noises here, so hopefully that's a little easier on y'all's ears. So we're going to select an approach. And I'd like the RNAV, what do I want? Yeah, I want the RNP, so I want the Yankee. starting at PAPS. Okay, so here we go. RNAV 27 Yankee. Enter. Starting at PAPS. Enter. Load.
Or one thing is here, you want to direct mark after you passed parallel to mark, or you still want to go to Sunned direct mark?
We'll go Sunned, and then I actually, for the RNAV Yankee, PAPS is the initial airfix. So we're gonna request the RNAV Yankee, and so PAPS will be our first or our next fix.
That was that number 2 Quebec number calling? Or 2 Quebec number Roger, and IFR cancellation received, change advisor frequency approved.
Okay, so I screwed up that turn a little bit, but that's okay. Close enough here. Just wanting to avoid the restricted airspace to my left.
I'm sorry, November 1 Tango Sierra, you said you wanted the RNAV Yankee runway 27, and that's Sunned, and then direct to one of the intermediate fixes?
Affirmative, so that'd be Sunned, and then PAPS as our initial airfix for the RNAV Yankee 1 Tango Sierra.
Got it.
Oh boy.
Or one thing is here, you want to start the approach from PAPS, so it's just direct Sunned, then direct PAPS for the approach, because Sunned is also an initial approach fix.
Affirmative. We were just going south to Sunned just so that we didn't have too tight of an intercept at PAPS.
Roger.
I guess he's right. We could do it a little bit sooner, but we're not going to do that. But I am going to go ahead and speed up here. So we're going to look at 25 in the manifold pressure and 25 on our RPM. And we're at full throttle for that. And we're not too high, but we're high enough that we can definitely lean out the engine just a little bit. Oop, not the throttle there. There you go. And we'll just pull that out, looking for around like 15.5 or so. That's reasonable.
And we're one thing is here, just let me know when you want to start your descent so I can coordinate it.
Affirmative. We'll go ahead and give you a call when we want to do that for 1 second here. Ooh. Okay. Just recovering from that workload overload there. There was a lot going on.
Frontier Flight 250 do not exceed Mach 0.80. Frontier Flight 250 negative, do not exceed Mach 0.80.
Okay, let's see here. So let's go ahead. We've already looked at the approach, but let's go ahead and properly brief it here. So we know what the weather is at Yakima. The Yakima weather is awful in every way. The only way it's not awful is that it's not like raining or snowing, and the braking action I guess is good on the runway. So that's a pro. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to come south to Sunned. We're going to make a left-hand turn to PAPS, and PAPS is our initial airfix. On the way to PAPS, we're going to descend. And we don't have, and we're going to eventually get down to 2900 as our sort of intercept path at Oaks. which is quite a ways away. So we're not too concerned about that. And yeah, I guess we are kind of taking our sweet time, aren't we? That's fine. It's I might ask if we can go direct WooDeb. Actually, once we're briefed here. Anyway, so we'll turn in. We'll go through WooDeb and Kirka, and then at Oaks is going to be our final air fix. From there, we'll write it down to 27. We could do the published mist if we feel like it. I don't think we will. I think probably at that point, given the weather, I will be eager to switch things up and go somewhere a little bit sunnier. But yeah, if we do have to do the mist approach, we're going to climb to 5,100 feet, heading 274 to Pubbo, left-hand turn to Sibsey, and on track 097 to Muddle, and then we're going to hold at Muddle to the northeast. Yeah, and I definitely don't think that's going to happen. Anyways, but yeah, that was actually a shorter brief than I was expecting. The Zulu is a little bit more complex than the ILS. Well, the ILS is actually pretty simple. So yeah, I guess we'll go ahead and give them a call. We'll let them know that we're ready to turn inbound and that we'd like to go direct WooDeb. Yakima approach, Bonanza 401 Tango Sierra. Slight change of plans. We briefed early and we'd like to go direct WooDeb, and we can start our descent at your discretion.
401 Tango Sierra, roger.
No need to make this take too long.
401 Tango Sierra, if you'd like, I can give you vectors to the final approach course if you like it. Descend and maintain 5,000.
5,000, and we will accept your request to do vectors for 401 Tango Sierra. That was really poorly phrased. The key with working on the radio is you kind of have to plan out what you're going to say before you say it, because if you try and plan out what you're going to say as you're saying it, you're probably going to say something stupid. Okay, we're just going to descend at a nice leisurely 600 feet per minute here, down to 5,000 feet. That's going on. He's going to give us the vectors to the final approach course. And I'm going to go ahead and reduce power here. I'm going to go ahead and switch on over to our right fuel tank, just for safety. Yeah, Nick, so the overlay is actually correct. We are indeed going from Yakima to Yakima. And it's very delightful that we've confused it. So what we were trying to do is we were trying to get out of Yakima before a couple other airplanes got in, and then we were going to fly this approach and provide them with some lovely, lovely traffic. Instead, we provided them with some lovely, lovely ground traffic, and then promptly took 70 years to get out of the airport.
401 Tango Sierra, turn left heading 320.
Left 320, 401 Tango Sierra. Okay, we're going to be heading mode here, 320. All the way here. And we're going to go ahead and slow down again. I gotta completely pull the power out because this thing will...
1 Tango Sierra, descend and maintain 4,500.
4,500, 1 Tango Sierra. This thing can drop like a rock if it likes to, or if it wants to, rather. I'm gonna put a yacht amber on. Yeah, no, the overlay is performing admirably, considering the fact that we're throwing a real curveball at it, going from the same airport to this, or going from the one airport to the same airport. I am impressed. We're just going to stay around here. I think like 130 or so is a fine speed.
1 Tango Sierra, 10 miles from WooDeb, fly heading 300, maintain 4,500 till established on the final approach course, cleared RNAV, Yankee runway 27 approach.
Heading 300, 3,500 feet until established on the final approach course. Clear on the RNAV. Yankee for runway 27, 401 Tango Sierra.
Or 1 Tango Sierra, maintain 4,500 until established.
4,500 until established on the RNAV for Yankee for 401 Tango Sierra.
Number 1 Tango
Jesus.
Sierra, how will this approach end?
Terminating a full stop for 1 Tango Sierra.
Sounds good.
How will this approach end? Badly is the correct answer. We should actually go down a little bit faster here. Okay, now we are pulling the power out because we're descending at a uncomfortable rate if we had passengers in the seat. I mean, it's not terrible. Like we're what, 5 degrees down? Not bad. Oh man, I'm really tired though. Yeah, that's actually a good point. Yeah, I could have really screwed it up. It's surprisingly robust. So thank you. For folks who don't know, Nick is the mad scientist behind the overlay and many other good things in the world. Okay, that's 4,500 feet, so we're losing all the speed. Anyways, we're going to keep it up here. Bring in a little bit of power so you don't completely fall out of the sky. Doing a couple things at once here, and I'm not doing any of them particularly well, but that's okay. We're going to be just fine. Ooh. So we're going to go ahead and whoa, have a little hitch there. Going to go direct WUDEV, activate that. That is the heading that we are on. We're going to go ahead and jump into nav mode, and we're going to arm the approach. After we're on the final approach course, we're clear to go down to, we're clear to descend rather, as per the approach. And we're going to go down to 2,900, not below 2,900 at Oaks. So we can actually go ahead and set that right now.
And then 314, Denver Center, Roger.
2,900. There we go. It's going to be a fun little landing though. Oh yeah, no, don't sweat over that. Today was man, the last couple days have been kind of rough. Nothing, necessarily specific, just really high workload. Just a lot of work going on, and not feeling like I'm getting a whole lot of results right now. It's one of those kind of phases. We got a couple different bad pieces of client news, which is always not fun. But today, I don't know, today should have felt a lot better than it actually did. Unfortunately. Because I had a really great, I brought in a freelance producer that I know who's really fantastic, and he's a perfect fit for us. So that was really good, and I set up a demo of some amazing editing server software that potentially is going to help us quite a bit. It's a very big investment if we decide to go for it, but it was very clear during the meeting that it was actually a really, really good fit for us. So I feel like I had two really, really strong moments today. At the same time, there's so much other work that I'm doing, and it's all stuff that happens where you don't actually get to see results yet, so it can be a little frustrating. We're getting a little slow here. Just go ahead and bring in the power to stay at 90. So oh, I don't know. How did what pan out, Nick? I'm not sure if I caught what I was saying and when you commented. The delay makes things really, really annoying. It's great because I'm listening to a stream, and the person who's in the stream is also in the X-Plane environment on PilotEdge. But there's a delay on the stream, but there's no delay on PilotEdge. Oh, so that ended up being fine. That happened, it turns out that had happened quite a while ago, and it happened with another marketing person who's since quit the company. And she was kind of a nightmare to work with, apparently, from what I'm told. Okay, we should be turning left here. Yes. And we're cleared down. Anyways, but they hated their experience. They didn't even really know what they were doing. And so at the end of the day, it's fine. And we offered... I think it's actually not going to get released, is what's going to happen. But we did... I basically offered, I was like, hey, we can redo this project for you more or less at cost, because at the end of the day, it's really important. Like, you know, with a client over the long term, you build up a lot of creative trust. And, you know, if something really terrible goes out to most people at the company, if you're the video team, they assume that you did it, even if it was another production company or another agency. So, so yeah, I'm glad that it's not going out. I'm not sure if we are going to end up redoing it, but I am very much okay with that if we do. Looks like Cat's getting out of there, which is interesting. Looks like we screwed up the timing on that again a little bit, but that's fine. Yeah, I am on that approach. Anyway, so yeah, so that ended up working out fine.
Tower 133.25.
Over to Tower 40160. Yakima Tower, good afternoon, November 401 Tango Sierra on the RNAV Yankee 27.
November 401 Tango Sierra, Yakima Tower, runway 27, clear to land, and runway 27 RBR 1600, wind calm.
Runway 27, clear to land, 1 Tango Sierra. So RVR is reduced visual range, I believe, and they only call that out when there's, you know, really crappy weather, and you actually have to say what the horizontal visibility is in feet instead of miles. And now Xenviro is doing this thing, which is dumb, but eventually it'll get better.
Question turbulence, say Airbus 320s on the roll.
1 Tango's here. Okay, that's 2,900 there, so we're going to start slowing down. So we're going to bring in a little bit more power. Just go ahead and bring up a map view, making sure things are happening here that I want them to, and they are indeed. We're really bringing in a lot of power here. Feels like I have my gear down, but I definitely don't, right? It's always tricky in this model. The lighting on these is not particularly distinct.
Yakima Tower, Boeing 360 Bravo.
Anyways, but we did actually have another piece of bad news from the same client. A case study that we were originally going to be working on.
717 connection and departure.
And there's someone waiting for us, so we're going to go ahead and keep the speed up a little bit. So there was a case study that we were hoping to produce, but one of the other vendors that was involved ended up producing their own thing. And there was some weird politics that was going on, and so we got the final word today. It was going to be all fine. We were going to get some of their footage. It was going to be hunky-dory. But it looks like there were some people that were playing kind of hardball there.
717 Chinook departure at a
we ended up just getting the final word today that we weren't going to be able to produce it, which is a bummer because it's a really huge brand and a really cool opportunity. But there are other ones, so it's fine. But one of those things. We also lost a state contract today as well, so been a bit of a rough day. Just a lot of work going on. So we're keeping the speed up because we got that guy waiting on us. At the same time, I don't feel too bad because we had to wait quite a bit too. So that's the outer marker, letting us know that we're actually on track here. There's the glide slope coming in. Once the glide slope comes in, we'll capture it. Autopilot will start pitching us down. We're going to gain a lot of speed because we've got quite a bit of power in. So we're going to go ahead and decrease the power once we start pitching down. We're also going to drop our gear, and we're going to put our flaps down once the speed is in the white arc. Then we're going to turn off the runway and get the hell out of Dodge. Okay, so there's the pitch down. There's us adjusting the power.
Redwood 717, connect Seattle Center 132.6.
Because we're on approach, we're also going to go full prop here. Gear's going to come down at this point. That'll get us into the white arc. First notch of flaps comes in. And second notch of flaps comes in. And you can just tell just by the sound we've gotten very slow. So we're bringing a little bit more power here. Whoop, okay, autopilot did not like the, okay, autopilot's not going to keep up with us here. Ooh, okay, that's full left deflection there, guys, and I'm holding it in. Yeah, okay, that's why the autopilot was not happy. Ooh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh man, I got like full left deflection in like 60% of the time. I don't know how this is going to work, actually. Oh, and I've got full up. Oh, and I'm just holding it. This isn't good. Okay, I think we're gonna bail from this. Yeah, I've got something that's going wrong here. Oh, I'm really fighting it. Okay, that's feeling, oh boy. Yeah. The exit enviro is really giving us the business here. I'm really holding up elevator, and I'm dialing it up, commanding an up pitch, but we are still going down here. Okay, okay, chill out here. The Boeing on the way out is going to get a really good show from us, if nothing else. This might terminate poorly. The unrealistic turbulence here is pretty crazy. I guess we could say it's wake turbulence, right? Oh my god. Oh boy. So, got in quite a bit. Okay, yeah, so something was up with my trim there too, which didn't help. That's feeling a little bit better. But we are still doing some massive control deflections here. Yakima Tower, wind check. Uh-oh. Yakima Tower went away. Let's see, I've got full voltage on the battery, so let's see if this is another comms failure in the Bonanza. Yakima Tower, Bonanza 1 Tango Sierra, radio check. Okay, yeah, so it looks like my comms aren't working again. So after we land here, we're going to go ahead and disconnect.
770 cleared at Long Pass.
Oh, no, I'm getting voice, so that's good. Yakima Tower, radio check.
Loud and clear.
Thanks. Not sure what happened there. We're very fast though, and we're quite a bit high. And here comes the fog. Still got contact with the ground, so that's fine. Visual contact. Soon we will have physical contact with the ground. It calmed down there, which is nice. Dropping the power out. Whoa.
American 6960, connect Seattle Center 135.45.
There you go. Alright. That was probably the scariest experience I've had in X-Plane. That was pretty terrifying.
American
Okay,
6960,
flaps come
connect Seattle Center
Strip is off. Landing lights come
135.45.
off. Alright.
November 1 Tango Sierra, ground point enter.
Point 901 Tango Sierra.
November 0 Bravo Golf, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff 270 Bravo Golf.
Right with
Yakima Ground Bonanza 401 Tango Sierra off of 27 on Bravo going into the ramp.
November 401 Tango Sierra, Yakima ground. Are you going to the same place you came from originally?
Affirmative, sorry, that's the air center.
Confirm you are going to the air center?
Affirmative.
Alright, November 401 Tango Sierra, taxi to Park V Alpha.
Parking via Alpha 401 Tango Sierra. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I mean, the real scary thing is like when you've got full deflection in, like that's it, you've got full deflection, like you've got nothing more that you can actually do. And that's legitimately terrifying. So, yeah, I'm happy that's over actually. Because we were doing that, and then I think at some point when the autopilot was disconnecting and I was trying to reconnect it, I think at some point it got triggered on again, and that's why it was commanding, hey, there they go. And that's why it was commanding some down trim, and that's why I was having to hold back all the way.
Clearance to Reno.
And so that combination of having to do full aileron deflections to counter the wind,
Delta
and also pulling up
2806
so much was really, really scary because I was still losing altitude. Even though I had a decent amount of power in too, so it was just all in all not a great experience. So not looking forward to doing that again.
243 Salt.
Oh, that's
Lake
cool. I
City
didn't know
clearance.
Vector Scott was Kiwi.
I got nothing on
There are a
file.
lot of really cool Kiwi companies. I think that's like the coolest thing that I've learned since you've gone there is how many really awesome companies are based out of New Zealand. It's pretty cool stuff. All right, let's go ahead and turn in here.
We should be good now, except for 243.
Alright, so we'll go
At
ahead and
243.
park over here.
Clear to the Eagle County Airport, Ensign 5 departure Meeker transition, then as filed. Climb via the SID. Squawk 6736.
This feels pretty good.
I clear with Eagle inside by Maker transition
brake
and
set.
as file climb via set. Fox.
Goodbye, PilotEdge. And taxi light comes off. Everything else is correctly configured here. Okay. Throttle goes here. You go here. You go here. And you get cut off. And magnetos come off. Cool. There we are. So that was a lot longer than I thought it was going to be, and also very much more terrifying. That turbulence was just absolutely bananas. Wonder if that's like a setting or something that I've got screwed up here. No, I don't have any extra turbulence here. I just got a really good dose there. Definitely don't think it was realistic, but wasn't my fault. Okay, we're gonna disconnect here, and then I'm gonna check where we're gonna go next. I'm gonna change my pants too. That was rough. Okay, let's see. Ty is on the way out to Glacier Park. That's Golf Papa India. So let's go ahead and load that up. See what's out over there. GPI Glacier Park. Customize our start. That is, oh, looks like we have scenery. Looks like we have good scenery too, so that must have been something that I did at some point. That's always cool to see. You know, if we're just tooling around, let's go ahead and fly in a little bit of a Cub. I'm really terrible. We'll do the Super Cub 180 horsepower. I'm pretty bad at the tail dragger stuff, but we'll give it a go. Yeah, there's a lot of bleed over on some things with corporate cards. I tend to make a lot of Ubers under the corporate account accidentally because it comes up as default as well. I'm not going to complain too much about it, and so far nobody else has either, so that's good. Alright, so here's what we are doing. We are in this lovely yellow Super Cub, and at the beautiful Glacier Park Airport. And I am about 99% sure that PilotEdge does not actually cover this as a towered airport. I believe it is in real life a towered airport, though. Is that correct? I'm actually looking for a physical tower here. I can check really fast, though. Glacier Park International. They do have a tower. It's open from 8 a.m. to midnight local. So now we need to check if PilotEdge covers it. That is the question. Let's go ahead and pull up the PilotEdge website here and take a look. Operating hours and service area. Oh yeah, there's literally no airports in Montana that have coverage. And that's awesome. So we will just do some VFR. Oh, there's the tower. It's all sitting over there by its lonesome. Okay, so another thing that I'm bad at in this airplane is starting it. So you're gonna have to bear with me here, because I do a pretty poor job at implementing that. Also, batteries really shouldn't be on. Those can go off. Okay, so that's on. Fuel pump. Boom, boom. And then full, eighth. You're not happy. Just gonna do full lean, full U. This is gonna be really interesting without proper throttle controls. Okay, so you're not happy. Try doing that again. Let's see what you need. That should actually be on. Feel like I must be doing something terribly wrong here. So I'm going to go ahead and do the thing I never do and read the manual after just one more start here. One more attempt. Yeah, I got nothing. Okay. Let's we'll do the first obvious thing is just to make sure we don't have any failures here. And then we'll bring open the checklist. Fix all the things. Yeah, no, still no worky. Oh, whoa, that's weird. Let me just, oh yeah, that like broke it. Okay, so maybe that wasn't just me. So, well, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go to the basic overlay, and you guys are gonna see this beautiful crash. Oh, just a lovely little crash there. We're gonna hear a lot of beeps and boops. Anyways, I have flown that Cub before, and it is a lot of fun. So, while this is loading, let's go to X-Plane 11, aircraft, favorites, Super Cub. Let's read me before updating. Documents, speed reference. Checklist. Boom. Ugh, please no. So we will do this properly here. I'm going to put this up on another screen. I'm going to go back to the real nice overlay here. You're fixed. Okay, so the engine is cold, so we need to open the throttle a 1/4 of an inch. Mixture needs to go full rich. Before I do this, I just want to check if my starter button does work here. Cool. Full fuel boost pump on for 3 seconds, and then mixture goes to cutoff. Battery on, beacon on, 1, 2, 3, off. Mixture goes to idle, cutoff. Okay, prop area is clear. Magnetos are both on. Check, check. Fuel goes onto the left-hand tank. Okay. Should be able to engage the prop now. Or sorry, engage the starter rather. So we'll just give it a little bit of throttle here. Get our starter on. Nada. Okay, let's see what we did wrong here. Magnetos are on. Fuels. Well, actually, what is my fuel level here? Oh, looking in the wrong place. Yeah, I got plenty of gas. 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, off. A little bit of throttle. Yeah, it's really not happy. What happens if we do an automatic engine start? Ah, the battery. The starter battery is dead. I thought that might be the issue. But I never actually vocalized that or did anything about it. Hey, there we go. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, let's fix all the things. Alright. So I'm going to go ahead and say the engine's probably primed. So what happens if we just go ahead and press the start button? There we go. Looking for about 1,000 ripums here. See? Following the directions, paying attention, all good things. We're gonna get our nav lights on. And that's it, we'll get our avionics on here. Cool. And let's go ahead and get our flaps just all the way up here. Alright, those are up. So I've got my transponder set to VFR here, which is what I want. And it is on. Not really going to worry about the GPS today. We're just going to be sort of flying out the window here. So let's go ahead and check the wind action here. What's going on? Wind is 190 at 4 knots, so that means we're going to depart runway 20. Cool. We'll do a little bit of taxi practice here, make sure things work more or less how we think they do. Right hand turn is good. Left hand turn is good. Brakes, touchy, but they work. So, I believe we want to make a left hand turn here. All the way around. All the way around here. Full rudder. This is a really lovely plane, but it's a little heavy on the frame rate, I've found. Ooh, hey there. Alright, call this Glacier Park. Oh, I should probably get on the CTAF frequency, which is 122.9, I believe. Oh no, no, it's 124.55. Is that right? Yep, 124.55. Okay, so 124.55 in COM 1. That's active. That's good. Okay, great. Glacier Park traffic. Yellow Cub taxiing runway 20. Left turnout. Glacier Park traffic. It was a very slow call. Anyways, I want to take a look at this guy. So this is a fun one. Pretty beefy engine for such a small plane, and great big Tundra tires. So maybe we'll do some off-airport stuff. Oh, we're not even connected onto the network, are we?
Connected to
Well, we are now. We made our traffic calls though. Let's get back inside. So with the tail dragger, even for a tall person like me, you basically just have to taxi by looking out to the right, so you can see we're off the line here. And so you sort of just do a little bit of zigzags. So you go here, and we sort of know that we're on track here. So Nick, I'm gonna ask for suggestions for where we should go here. If you go to map.pilotedge.com/map and you look in Montana, you should see a plane icon. That's me. Click on that. take a look at where we are, take a look at where you think we should go. Granted, this is you know, it's a very small plane, so we can't go very far, but we'll do a little bit of sightseeing. Yes, that is the URL. You gotta double up on the maps. Alright, let's grab our landing light here. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub, departing runway 20, left turnout, Glacier Park. Nobody's over there. Nobody's over there. We've made our radio calls. And we're gonna get out of here. Go full rich on the mixture, full on the prop.
Entered runway 20, 8,900 feet remaining.
8,900 feet, that's too many. So, here we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay, that was fun. That was completely my fault there. I stepped on my rudder real nice. It's got a lot of torque. So we're gonna stay in the pattern. We'll do I'll double check what the traffic is here. Yeah, so runway 20 is left traffic. So we'll just go ahead and turn a crosswind and turn a base, and we'll just call our legs here. Got that nice directional sound going on. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub's going to be making left closed traffic, runway 20, Glacier Park, turning crosswind now. There's a crosswind. One of the cool things about high wing is you can use the wing actually to sort of gauge what your attitude is. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub is on a left downwind runway 20. Me is staying in the pattern, going to be doing a touch and go on runway 20, Glacier Park. Ugh. Yes, this is like pretty maneuverable. It's got good roll authority. I'm not trimmed out really well right now, so I'm sort of pitching down a little bit, but feels pretty good generally speaking. Haven't flown a lot of this. Did a little bit of backcountry flying on some of the shorter strips. But mostly just noodling around because the ground handling is, you know, it's a little bit challenging and still getting a feel for it. So, anywho. But like once you're like trimmed out and you're kind of set, it's pretty nice. Landing isn't too bad. Taking off can be a little sketchy. Oh no. Let me see why that link's not working. If you want to just do like a Google for PilotEdge map, it should show up. Oh, you know what? It's map.pilotedge.net/map. Sorry if I said .com. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub's turning a left base, runway 20, Glacier Park. The only not great thing about a high wing is it's hard to see exactly what you're doing. The thing about an airplane like this too is you fly it a lot more based on feel rather than instrumentation, and that's It's a little harder to do. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub's turning final, runway 20. It's going to be a touch and go. We're going to remain left close traffic, Glacier Park. Yellow. Whoa, way off to the right here. I know, for a flight. I'm doing a real bad job. We're really fast, we're kind of high, we're way off to the right. We did a really, really poor job. But that's okay. We're going to do a no flaps little touch and go here. Just to sort of get our bearing, get a feel for how this thing looks like. So we're pretty steep angle here. That's 5 degrees. So this should sort of be our sight picture, more or less. Maybe more like this. Go ahead and pull out the power. Oh, we're already out. Alright, and slowly putting the power back in. Just being really gentle about it. Yeah, that feels, okay, that feels a little better. And up and away we go. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub on the go, runway 20, continuing to make a left close traffic. We're going to do another touch and go, Glacier Park. Do-do-do. Alright, let's go ahead and turn our crosswind here. This is very fun to fly though, just in a very different way than the Bonanza. The Bonanza definitely feels like a larger plane. This feels a lot more like well, it even feels different than like a 172 or something. It's very, very floaty, and it's got a lot of power to it, so you can crank it up if you want to. You can do something like this. And eventually, sure, you'll lose all your airspeed and you'll stall out, but you can also just pop out here and start gaining all that airspeed back and looking at this beautiful scenery. Let's go ahead and turn downwind. Dude turns around a point like no other, like nobody's business. And we're way off there. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub is on a left downwind, runway 20, going to be another stop and go, runway 20, Glacier Park. I think Ty is about to come in his 737. Yeah, it looks like he's just starting down his descent. He's still above, still well above 20,000 feet. So we're looking for the threshold of the runway to be at around a 45-degree angle from the plane here. And the great thing about a plane like this, you got so much visibility out to the side. That feels pretty good. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub is on a left base, runway 20 for a touch and go, Glacier Park. Oh, he's actually a little bit lower than I thought. Okay. He's getting down nice and fast. So we'll have to watch out for him. We've got our landing lights on. We've got all of our... We're all lit up here, so... And we're bright yellow, so we should be pretty easy to spot. This is feeling a lot nicer, though. We're a lot slower. Just chill. Coming up on our base to final turn here. Go ahead and start turning. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub turning final runway 20. It's going to be a touch and go. We're going to remain left, close traffic. Glacier Park. And we're just going to come off the power as we come down here. Man, I am just all the way powered out here, and still fast. Still gotta figure out energy management and all that stuff with this plane. So this will be long, so as not to just completely dive for it here. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub on the go, runway 20, making left close traffic. Next landing is going to be a low approach, or next approach is going to be a low approach, left close traffic, Glacier Park. And my radio calls are pretty garbage tonight. And then after this we'll do some sightseeing. There's really no airspace around here, but there's a really nice lake, Fishhead Lake, off to the south here. You can take a peek at that. Let's go ahead and turn. Man, this is, you know, once you sort of like get a feel for it, this airplane is really wonderful. It's really well designed and well modeled. So huge credit to Rush and the folks there, Aerosym Gaming, for making this wonderful aircraft here. Well, let's stay really tight here. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cubs on a left downwind, runway 20, low approach, Glacier Park. Alright, so we're definitely fast here, so we're going to come off on the power a little bit earlier than we did the last time. Slow her on down. Really slow her on down here. You can see as we slow down, you just see the aircraft pitch down here from the wing. It's a really nice reference point. Let's go ahead and turn base. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub turning left base, runway 20, Glacier Park. How are we doing on speed? We're doing great on speed. I just do the whole thing 0 power. I like that.
Glacier Park traffic, you got an Airbus coming in on the RMP 20. We're about 2 minutes out. Planning runway 20, Glacier Park.
Glacier Park traffic, roger. Got a Yellow Cub. We're just on a final low approach for runway 20. We're remaining left close traffic. We'll look out for you, Glacier Park.
Yeah, I'll let you know when I get a little closer to Glacier Park.
Thanks. Always looking out for us. Here's our low approach, and oh man, this feels great. Yeah, that feels really nice. I mean, I know I'm not really flying it particularly well because I'm really not not super experienced with this, but I'm loving this airplane. And look at it just get up and go. That acceleration's crazy. That's just insane. It still feels super maneuverable. Really, really digging this. Nick, let me know if you're back with us. So we're going to watch our friend in the Airbus come in. It should be really exciting. And we're on our crosswind here. But yeah, I mean, look at it. We can just climb like nobody's business. I love this. This is great. And it's so much fun. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub is turning downwind, runway 20. This is going to be a full stop, Glacier Park. I said full stop. That isn't actually what I want to do. He's on final. Should definitely keep an eye out for him. Let's bring down our power again. I think he's getting pretty close.
Glacier Park traffic, you got Airbus on the 7-mile final, runway 20, Glacier Park.
Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub, we're just going to go ahead and extend our downwind north over the river here, and we'll follow you in, Glacier Park.
Alright, so I'll keep an eye out for you.
I've got you in sight just off to my left. And we'll just hang out here. Watch him come in. We can gain a little bit of altitude. We're out of his way. We won't steer towards him. We'll be nice here. But we'll stay along the river here.
Glacier Park traffic, Airbus 3-mile final, runway 20, Glacier Park.
He is. There's our buddy. In real life, this would be pretty terrible because of weak turbulence and all that jazz. But in the sim, totally fine. Where'd he go? 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 Hey, this is cool. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub is behind the Airbus on about a 4-mile final, runway 20, Glacier Park. Just watch his approach there. Looks like he's... is he on the ground? Yeah, he's on the ground. Okay. So it looked a little long. It did look a little long, but that's fine. We'll ignore the wake turbulence here. This approach profile is, how do you say garbage? Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cub going around.
Glacier Park traffic, Airbus clear runway 20, Glacier Park. You could have made it.
I'm just having fun.
There's another Airbus coming in behind me too.
Excellent. It's actually getting a proper downwind here. Yeah, this is just too fun to fly. I'm going to try and do a little bit of off-airport stuff while we're hanging out here. Alright, let's find a nice little field here. That's a little close. We'll come back around here. And we'll do like one of those right there. Hope the other Airbus is making their calls. That is actually legitimately quite helpful. How are we doing? Oh, we got rules of speed. That's the thing in this airplane. Like when you feel like you're slow, you're actually not. So we're gonna do the second strip here. And see, like we're still super fast. I mean, we're not using flaps. That definitely helps. Yeah, I mean, it feels like we've been on idle for like years. And we'll just go ahead and get out of here. I don't know if he's going to be watching the other approaches come in. I don't know if I'm going to be watching the other approaches come in. are they? Should see them. Yeah, man, this airplane's just a lot of fun to fly. So, I don't know where that other Airbus is, but I'm gonna go ahead and take it in because I'm a little sleepy here.
Glacier Park traffic, Boeing 757, on about a 8-mile right base for runway 20 Glacier Park.
Glacier Park, Yellow Cub, we're about 5 miles to the northeast of the airport maneuvering. We're going to go ahead and follow you in on approach, but we'll keep an eye out for you.
Roger, Cub Boeing has you in sight.
Roger. Let's see, so he has me in sight, but I don't think I have him. Go ahead and take a look around, see where he's at, because he's sure as hell not as low as we are. There he is. So we'll stay well out of his way, and we'll just hang out over by the river here. There's a lot of cool stuff to see and do over here. I think what we'll probably do here is just a quick little UE, and we'll just fly out over the water. Just watching our speed here. Alright, so now we've got, ooh, weather seems like it's turning into not a great sitch. Yeah, let's go ahead and follow him in and see how he does. Flaps come up. Man, I am having just a really good time. I'm gonna fly this plane a lot more because goddamn is it enjoyable. It's just great for cruising around. You know, it's a Cub, so it's like you can't get into too much trouble in it. Seems a little high.
Glacier Park traffic, Boeing's 4-mile final, runway 20 Glacier Park.
Alright, we've got him. No worries. Don't think anyone else is. Maybe someone else is coming in after him, but I don't think so. I haven't heard anybody. Glacier Park traffic, Yellow Cubs, 5 miles to the northeast of the airport. We're going to be following in the Airbus in to land runway 20, Glacier Park.
How long do you live Canadian?
Oh, I'll be on for probably another 30, 45 minutes or so, not too long.
Okay.
Maneuvering. Alright, got a 3 mile final here, so Glacier Park, Yellow Cubs on a 2.5 mile final, runway 20, full stop, Glacier Park. We are so fast it hurts. Let's just really lose some speed here. And just dump our flaps like it's hot. And here we are. Set up on a fairly nice approach here in the Cub. The lovely Glacier Park International. Give ourselves a little bit more juice here. Flaps definitely slow her down. Man, it feels like I could almost stop on the numbers at this point. Yeah, let's find out. Stall horn, does it exist? Oh man. Oh, that's so bad. Oh. God, that's terrible. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, I really screwed that up, everybody. I think that's just as Ty threw some folks my way, so that's really embarrassing. We're definitely going to disconnect from PilotEdge. So I actually want to go over to one of my favorites, 21 Whiskey here, Ranger Creek, in the Cub, and we're just going to completely ignore that happened, because that was terrible. Yes, this is my first time taking out the Cub in a long time. I've flown hardly any time in it, so yeah, that was fun. I was trying to see how slow I could come in for approach, and I found out. About 45 miles an hour. So we're gonna head all the way back to the northwest. Ranger Creek is an awesome little mountain airport. About what is it? Maybe 15-20 miles southeast of Seattle. Maybe even a little less. It's really not that far away. But it's a wonderful little airport. And there's some other cool little airports around that area too. But we'll do a little VFR flying and have a good time. But we're definitely gonna forget that Alright. There you go. Always hangs up a little bit at the start. I'm loving the Cub though. For those of you that weren't here earlier, I was just doing a lot of little VFR stuff. I was in the Bonanza originally, and then I swapped into the Cub in Montana as Ty came in. So that was quite a bit of fun. Anyways, okay, it set me up here. First things first, let's make sure that nothing's broken. Because all the things should be broken after that miserable attempt at a landing. I don't even want to say it was a real attempt. Should have been, though. Okay. Apply. Whoa. Whoa. I don't know what's happening. This seems incorrect. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to reload the aircraft. That'll fix everything, right? Or completely crash the sim. Who knows? Let's try it. Maybe. Maybe. Alright, I'm going to preemptively go to the basic overlay so we can watch the crash, should it happen. I don't want to click. I'm going to click. Yeah, okay. Well, that was fun while it lasted. Okay, we'll get started up really quickly here, and we'll do some tooling around. Because it's been a long day. Crash after crash. We're doing every kind of crash tonight. We're doing a crash stream, all crashes all the time. Do crashes to desktop, we're going to do full system crashes, and we're going to crash the plane. All of the crashes in one place. What a great value. Yo! Everyone's tuning in to watching all the things go wrong. It's really exciting. Okay. Let's just make sure we're fully configured here. We're at Ranger Creek. That's all good. That's all good. This shouldn't take too long to load, and we will get on our way again. Do a little bit of mountain flying. Because that's the easy stuff, right? So if I screwed up a nice long concrete runway, surely I can't screw up mountain landings, right? We shall see. Oh man, that was my hands and my back at once. Like I said, been a long day. Okay, here we go. What a noise. Okay. You're all loaded in fine. Yes, yes. Xenviro's doing its thing. You're doing your thing. Turn the avionics off. And just really quick, let's just make sure we didn't completely hose the airplane. No, it's forgiven us. Excellent. So, let me pull up the documentation again. So that I actually do this properly here. It looks like the aircraft is warm, which is good. Okay, so we go into aircraft, we go into our favorites, we open up the Super Cub, we open up some documentation, and we look at the checklist. Ah, there's Xenviro with the weather update. Okay, so technically the engine is warm, so we're going to open the throttle to 1/4 of an inch. Mixture is going to go full cutoff. Maybe. There you go. Just give it a little tiny bit of throttle here. Braking brakes on. And get our fuel on here. Get our magnetos. Make sure this stuff is more or less correct. We don't need that running. We don't need that running. That stuff's good. And let's go ahead and engage the starter. Not happy. Okay. Let's actually give it like a full prime here. So do the cold weather start. So it's 1/4 of an inch. Make sure full rich. Fuel boost pump comes on. That sounds like 3 seconds. We biffed it. That's okay. We can do this. Cool, okay. Alright, we're started. We're going to get all the way down to the end of the runway here. And I'm guessing because of this weather, visibility is pretty poor, so we're not connected to PilotEdge. We're not really... I just want to get a feel for this plane again, so... We're just going to taxi all the way down because it's kind of a one-way in, one-way out kind of airport. We'll get the heck out of here. If the visibility is entirely crap, which is what it looks like, we'll switch on the KVOC mode on Xenviro. And we'll get going here, because that's what the people want, I think. Unless they just want to see me try to load things all the time. I think that's a lot less interesting here. So we're not going to worry about making our calls. I'm not even turning the avionics on or anything. We're just gonna cruise around. Got a lot of gas. Got Tundra tires. We can do anything. I am going to give myself just 1 notch of flaps on the takeoff here. Or is that what 1 notch looks like? That's 1 notch. That's full. Okay. Wow, those animations seem borked. Just looking out the side to make sure we're taxiing in roughly a straight line. Again, I am the worst tail dragger pilot in X-Plane, confirmed by that lovely landing crash that you guys saw earlier. So, yeah, I'm fully expecting that this will be entertaining at least. As long as we get to the other side of the runway. In due time, in due time. Nick, tell me about your long day. What were the things that made it so long? I think I have some good guesses, but I already spilled my guts, so you gotta go. You can do it in Slack if you don't want to do it in the actual chat. I will forgive you for not engaging, not driving up my engagement metrics. I would actually love to just fly in the snow. If we could do that with good visibility, that would be a lot of fun. So I feel really bad if I usually am a little bit more serious about my flight simming, but today's just gonna be a silly day because I'm too tired to give too many cares, unfortunately. There goes the tail. That's what we like to see. Yeah. Okay. Full. Landing lights on. And let's just be very gentle here. Oh, missed the end of the runway there. There we go. I mean, we have Tundra tires, so like who needs runways, but generally nice to take off from them. Okay, so that was a bad start, which is really on brand for today's stream, I guess. Oh yeah, this visibility is rough. But it's okay, we'll find a nice place to tool around. This is a pretty nice valley here, so there's this valley that goes into Ranger Creek, and we can actually do a quick UE here. I'll go ahead and pull flaps all the way up, because we're very maneuverable in this tiny little plane with a very big engine. So this is Ranger Creek here. So this is a lovely little strip kind of in the middle of nowhere in the northeast. Like I said, just southeast of Seattle. I know about my sync rate for flight. You don't have to remind me. I got this under control. So it's a really nice to come into. So you've got that approach from that end, and then you've got the other approach that I went in on. But you got really high terrain pretty much on all sides. So for the Cub, it's actually a really good fit because the Cub is slow enough and maneuverable enough, and has a really good power to rate ratio, that it's really not a problem. In the Bonanza, you're sort of in a Goldilocks. You're sort of in this really funny position where you're quick, which is nice, and you're powerful, which is nice, but you're also fast, and you're not your climb performance isn't that great. So it can lead you, it can get you to some pretty sketchy situations. So I'm losing a ton of visibility here, so I'm just going to go ahead and KVOC it up. And so we'll just follow the river down, and there's also a nice little highway here that's fun to follow. And this goes all the way into the Seattle area. And as you can see, we've got ortho here, which is really nice, makes it a fun place to fly. Go ahead and lower the outside volume because it's nice and windy out. Yeah, I've been doing surprisingly okay with sleep lately, even though it's usually not my forte. The melatonin little capsules are really, really nice. And also, I've just been working fairly long days and working pretty hard during the day, so that helps quite a bit. But I don't think we've talked about, I had like a quick there and back to New York City night before last, and that was really exciting. I didn't sleep at all that night. But that was really cool. Got to be on a little TV show, had a lot of fun, ate some really good sandwiches. Just overall, extremely fun time. So I don't know what zoom level I have over here. It's not crazy high, but it's not bad. It's I think it's probably like 17 or so. It's definitely not 18 or 19. But it doesn't look bad from a distance. Up close, you can definitely see a lot of its flaws. But like at this distance, like that looks perfectly pleasant. So we don't have a whole lot of airport options right now. But we'll just go ahead and fly towards Seattle. And there are a couple smaller ones that way. And we'll just sort of give everyone a lay of the land. Yeah, New York's not that bad. If you are going at a time that avoids the traffic from the Providence area, you can do it in 3.5 hours. And it's actually a pretty fun drive. You know, especially if you're coming in on one of the parkways, it's pretty twisty and curvy, but the speed limit's high, so it's a really fun drive. And if you don't have traffic to deal with, it's quite enjoyable. And so I really lucked out, because I ended up leaving work around 6, or leaving the area around 6, and arriving around 10 o'clock, 10:30 or so, because I made a pit stop. And then was there until maybe 3 in the morning, and got in my car and did the trip back, and it was a really good time. All right, well this is becoming a little bit of a boring flight, so let me just do a little bit of maneuvering here and start really getting a feel for the aircraft. So what I was asking about earlier while I was on that terrible approach was whether or not there was a stall horn. So I'm just going to do a quick power on stall here. Just hold it way high up and wait for the horn to honk at me. Okay, there's the brake. I didn't get a horn, I don't think. Huh. Does anyone know if the Cub has a horn? I would assume it does. I'm really excited eventually when the updates come out for this that do the Cub Crafters versions. Because I'm a big fan of the Cub Crafters Cub. They're a very nice looking aircraft, and they're very high performing for what they do. They're not high performing as in like super fast, but power to weight ratio is really good, usable load is really high. They look like a lot of fun, for sure. Yeah, by train, New York day trip is a lot less stressful. But because I was coming back so late or so early in the morning, I couldn't actually do the train, which is unfortunate. Because the driving is super fun, but like especially like on the way back, it's 3.5 hours, so it's a 7-hour round trip. That's not insignificant. Especially at when you're coming home, and by the time you get home, it's essentially time to go into work again. So that was enjoyable. That's a nice little roundabout there, a little scenic overlook maybe. Nick, I don't know if I missed it in the chat, but have you done... So we've switched our location here, right? So we're in the northeast now, but if you hang out on the map, you can probably still... Oh, no, because we're not connected to PilotEdge, so you can't actually see my location. Well, another time we'll have to do some name your own flight kind of thing. Just going to back off on the power a little bit, kind of quick. Get nice and slow. Slow and low. I know. Well, I like the sounds when you adjust the trim. Kind of get lost in the engine noise, but when you're idle and slow, that's a pretty good sound. Oh, hey. The weather turned on again. Well, we're low enough that that's honestly okay. We can see the ground really nice. We know what's going on. Man, this is slow though, isn't it? It's pretty incredible. Okay, we're losing visibility pretty fast here. Bail out of that. I love that we can just bail out of stuff so quick with this. It's really, really fun to fly. I mean, I am a very bad demonstration pilot, but this is definitely an extremely enjoyable aircraft. If you guys don't have this and you fly on X-Plane, definitely pick it up. This is the Aerosim Super Cub, and it is fantastic. So much fun. Yeah, this is like maybe like a radar dish or something up there. I don't know. Looks kind of like a radome. So as the terrain here sort of gradually comes down, we're getting closer and closer to Seattle here. We're about 30 miles out, so we're within the Mode C restriction, I guess, where if you're within 30 miles of a Bravo, you have to be squawking Mode Charlie. So I think what we'll do here is there's a really great airport, 201, that's Vashon Municipal. So we'll go ahead and sort of like overfly, we'll underfly the Bravo in Seattle, and then we'll go on over to Vashon just across the way, and we'll land there. That's also a really fun kind of approach and area. It's a really unique look for sure. I think I still have my flaps. No, flaps are up. Okay. Still getting a feel for this thing. Definitely pitched high though. Yeah, the one thing is, it's really surprising because this is like the smallest aircraft that I like to fly, and that's sort of in my stable. But it definitely is, it's really lovely textured and it's extremely detailed, and because of that it's a little bit harder on the frames than some of the other ones. But honestly, I mean, for the most part it's pretty great. And we're also rendering a lot of ortho and a lot of terrain and a lot of weather, so I don't mind the performance hit so much. If I decide to fly this more often, I might try and optimize the settings for it. I'm also overdue for a graphics update anyways, so that's probably about time for that. Oh, you're not liking the mixture setting, eh? You're full rich. Not sure why you're upset here. I do not know. Mysteries of life. I suppose I can try decreasing the mixture a little bit, see if that makes you happy. Let's give you a little less. Well, you like that. Okay, great. I mean, we are at a slightly higher altitude. We're not super elevated here. We're about 2,200 feet, right? This airplane's great, though. Flies really well, feels super maneuverable, and I love how mushy it gets when it gets really slow. That mushiness feels super spot on. Alright, for flight. I've had just about enough of you. But when you're operating towards the top speed, and sort of in a faster cruise speed, it's really great roll authority for sure. It's got those real big surfaces, and the pitch authority is quite good. You can really yank it around. Come back in here, and you know, it's just one of those things where like the changes in speed happen really, really fast because the airframe weighs nothing. So consequently, a lot of fun to fly. Yeah, we should do that. I don't think I was really streaming when I did my really cool international flight to Iceland. I think I was talking with you about that the other day as I did a VATSIM flight, like a ferry flight, doing a Great Circle route up north. And that was so much fun. So I should do that again, and we'll prep for it like a real flight, and we'll do it. You know, there are definitely boring bits, you know, out over the ocean, just like any stream, but any longer stream. But overall, that was really, really fun, and I would definitely like to do it again. This is also a lot of fun, though. I don't think I could do that flight in this. We'd do it in the Bonanza. But man, I gotta do more with this Cub, because it is just so much fun. A real joy to fly here. Not sure why there aren't rendered trees right now. I wonder if I've got my overlay settings kind of screwed up here. This isn't really an area that I typically fly in, or I guess I haven't flown in quite some time. I used to do quite a bit, especially like right after the Western expansion launched with PilotEdge. Just flying, flight following to Ranger Creek is a lot of fun. But this is also not bad. So since we're not on PilotEdge and we're not really following too many rules, we'll go ahead and overfly Seattle. Man, frame rate's really dipping with this weather, so we're just gonna kill it. So we'll just overfly Seattle. We'll say hello. Hello. That was a weird. We'll say hello. We'll watch our frame rate dip into oblivion with this plane. I'm pretty confident that's gonna happen. And then we'll just land at Vashon, and that'll kind of be it for tonight. We've been going for a little while, and like I said, it's been a long day, so this isn't gonna be too long. But man, yeah. And like, how can you argue with that silhouette? I mean, that's just. It's a good-looking airplane from the outside. It's a lot of fun to fly from the inside. Really hard to complain about this thing. The only complaint really is the performance stuff, but that's really more my fault than the plane, because the plane's just done so beautifully. And it's even got, you know, like a nice little avionics package if you're into that sort of thing. And I am, sometimes. Sometimes that can be a lot of fun. But yeah, I love how maneuverable it is, and you can just kind of pop up when you want. It's a very good feeling plane. It's a very happy feeling plane, and that's good. That's the kind of plane I want to fly right now. Alright, so we're just a few minutes out from Seattle. We're, what? About 8 minutes? That's the thing with this plane, like it's a nice plane, but it is a slow plane. So in the Bonanza, I'm used to maybe like a 10-minute en route time from the Seattle area to Ranger Creek. But the Bonanza can just hang around at like 180, 175. And we can get up to 160, but that's miles an hour, so it's not as fast as you might think. But it still certainly feels pretty zippy for this airplane. Yeah, this just feels and looks great. Very big fan. Some really cool terrain over here with the river. I don't think I've really explored this area much, because mostly it's just, you know, you're sort of overflying it at altitude. There's some pretty cool hilly areas over here. yeah, it's a great little valley area. Sort of duck down into here. I mean, it's no, you know, like NOE flying with the F4, but it's plenty enjoyable for me. And it's really cool just knowing that you could just land there if you wanted to, really. But that's a skill that I'm going to have to develop for sure. I think we're actually going to overfly one of the smaller fields to the southeast of Seattle too. That's Auburn. We're coming up on that. Just off to the right of our nose a little bit. Should see that pop up in like 30 seconds or so. We should see a runway. We're just really low here. Breaking all the rules. It's a fun little road to follow here. Really curvy. Ooh, what does the river do here? The river does some funky stuff. I don't know about that, X-Plane. You've got some explaining to do with that. Okay, so we should see Auburn. Might be a little, what, I don't think I've landed at Auburn before. I don't know really what it looks like. I know it's a fully paid, we're a little farther away from it, I guess, than I thought we were. But yeah, the ortho looks great, man. Ortho looks really good. Cruising along here. Yeah, just honestly, just looking at her shadow, it's so freaking cool. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I get a really big kick out of it. Here's the airport. Aw, nuts. Weather, go away. So here is the Auburn Airport. No scenery here, but a layout that looks, from the chart that I glanced at, fairly correct. About 5 minutes out from Seattle. We'll just go ahead and keep going on our way here. Getting towards the end of our tour. I wish I actually was familiar with the Seattle area and I could actually talk about the neighborhoods and stuff that we're going over, because you could actually talk about them, which is pretty darn cool. Although at this point it's just like, oh, and that's an Amazon building, and that's an Amazon building, and that's an Amazon building, and this building over here, that's belongs to Amazon. I wonder what the percentage of real estate, like the greater Seattle metro area, is that Amazon owns. Because you get the impression that it's a lot. Like a lot. Alright, so we gotta pop up here for these hills, and then we're gonna basically just sort of heading towards I-15, and we'll just follow I-15 north to the airport, and that's a really good landmark. I'm going to cheat over a little bit to the left here. Got some great looking suburbs over there. Yeah, man, look at that. And that big road right there, that's I-15. We'll go ahead and follow that all the way into SeaTac. Yeah, I must not have my overlay quite correct here, because we're seeing all the wonderful ortho, but we're not actually getting the auto gen that we should too. Although that is kind of a blessing, because with this airplane, I don't know how many, like our frame rate, I think would be kind of garbagey. I'm seeing something on the horizon though, some sort of little weird artifact in there, a little glitch. Yes, that's big. Yeah, I guess maybe my scenery INI file might not be loaded correctly. Because there's definitely scenery at Seattle. It's just not... Oh man, that looks hilarious without any buildings. It looks really good with the ortho though. But yeah, no, there's definitely scenery here, so... I have a relatively new install of X-Plane 11 on this machine because I recently upgraded it. So still working out the kinks, and mostly I don't find out about the kinks until I actually see them. So good to know. We're going to go ahead and cut west here and get on over to Vashon. We'll overfly Vashon, we'll see if we can get a glimpse at the windsock. It looks like winds are coming out of the south. So we'll land north. And Vashon's really cool. So Vashon is on this like little island in between like the Seattle area here. Well, you're gonna see it. So you know we're not that far away from the airport. Airport's right there. I've got this little suburban kind of area over here, nice residential area. And then we just get really quickly here, just right out on the water. It's gorgeous. Really, really cool. I'm just gonna preemptively hit the magic button here. So you've got like this really nice kind of coastline area, and then you've got this little bit of water. And then I don't actually know if the yeah, it is Vashon Island, which makes sense. And it's just a really cool little airport that once upon a time I had really nice scenery for. So I'm guessing that it's not there right now, seeing as Seattle's so foobarred. But there'll still be a runway, and we can still land on it as long as I can land this airplane. Because if history is any guide, I can't. Yeah, I mean, look at that. That's lovely. How can you not just enjoy that? The answer is you cannot not enjoy that. You must enjoy that. It's very enjoyable. Alright, so we're going to be landing, if I remember correctly, I believe it's going to be a runway 35. Airport should be off that away. frame rate dip. I see trees. Maybe the scenery is loaded. Yeah, I think the airport is loading in here. And, oh, my frame rate. She is not happy. That's okay. It's a slow airplane. Who needs frames when you're flying at 50 miles an hour? Yeah, that's the airport over there. It is a really nice airport, so despite the terrible frame rate here, which I must apologize for, you know, maybe I can fix that really quick without completely killing the vibe of the screen here. Let's just bump this down, because I think that has an immediate effect. And let's see what that does. I actually don't know if that's helped us. It seems to have actually decreased performance. Okay, really quick, we're just gonna bump this down. And that'll update a render. Sorry for doing this right before we land, everybody. That's, I realize not maybe the greatest move here. But hopefully nothing will crash. And we'll actually have a pleasant frame rate experience as we come in to land at Vashon here. So yeah, I did get it correct. So Vashon, the north runway is 35. 17 is the reciprocal, and it's this great little field. It's not paved. So because we're fast and kind of unprepared here, I mean, we can just try and set her down. Oh, man, the frame rate is even worse. Oh, that's a little bit better. It's stabilized now. Okay, I'll take it. We'll do a low approach around Vashon. We'll fly a left-hand traffic. We'll fly a little bit of a downwind. We'll keep it pretty tight, and we'll just land. But we'll do an overflight first, so I can remember what it looks like, and so you guys can see what it looks like too, because it's pretty nice. It's a pretty nice little airport. I'm a big fan. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed. Even with all these settings lower, its performance is still not great. I will have to take a look. I think this airplane, just in particular, is particularly GPU heavy, and so with my lowly little 1060 here, it doesn't really want to play ball so much. Anyway, so this is Vashon. I believe you can come in this way, which is the way that we are going to try and come in. Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. You got these lovely little hangars here. Got a lovely little taxiway kind of on either side going on. You've got that nice approach there. And you've got that wonderful little road, that little fence. So yeah, let's go ahead and pop up. And kind of missed the windsock there, but that's fine. Keep our pattern really super tight. We'll just do a crosswind to downwind all in one. Maybe we can follow this road down. It's a nice little landmark. Set our power a little low here. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You know, I could try disabling X Enviro, but I don't know if that would help or hurt me at this point. So we'll sort of aim to come around here and just fly it in nice and gentle-like. A little off track there. Yeah, we'll just round it out here. Just watching our speed. Kind of drop flaps. Ooh, it really porpoises up nicely. Oh, we're definitely too close. Okay. I think we're gonna just give it a go. I mean, what could go wrong, right? Yeah, I don't know if it's really meant to be approached from that end. It really feels like it doesn't work well. We're obviously way too high on this. Oh, and the wind's coming from the complete opposite direction now. So yeah, let's go ahead and just give us a loop around. We'll land the proper way to the south on runway 17, and then we're going to call it a day. As much as I love laggy, crashy streams, I think we've had enough of this for one night. Yeah, I don't know if I had Ortho the last time that I was doing a bunch of flights into here. This Ortho looks, feels fresh, feels different. Okay, well, we're very high, so we'll correct that to start. And then we'll worry about all the other important stuff that's important when you're landing an aircraft. I feel very bad for everyone who had to witness my poor form tonight. It's very unlike me, in some ways. Yeah, I was looking a little low there. I'm all for really shallow approaches, but that was a little extreme. And of course we're going to end up landing long, and that was a nice little kind of hard landing. Yeah, I definitely don't have my tail wheel legs yet. It's a lot of rudder work. Alright, we will taxi on out of here, shut down, and call it a night. Thank you everyone for joining. Kat, if you're still on, thank you for sending some folks over. Thank you for the traffic. That was a fun time. The stuff at Granite Park was fun. Oh, floating hangar. And the stuff at Yakima was really crazy. That weather was insane. Looking forward to cutting something together from that, because that was just absolutely bonkers. Anyways, that about does it for me tonight. I am gonna get some sleep. Parking brake set. Avionics are already off. You go all the way off. You go all the way off. And you go all the way off. And you go. Oh. There you're gonna go. There you go. Nope, nope. You went back. There you go. Cool. Click, 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 click. Oop. Didn't need to click, you guys. Off, off. Well, that about does it, everybody. Thank you very much for joining, and we'll see you guys on the next one.